Mai is all of the non-attachments, of all the non-delusion. Step back, Mai from Mai itself constantly, so that there will not be just the desire that is falling forward. One's own harm is the desire that is aiming forward. This is not from the external. Whatever that one is fixated upon is one's own harm. Whatever that one is attached to is one's own disaster. The external is like a branch of a tree, but the root is itself one's own fixation. Therefore, the non-attachment includes within the word Mai. So step back, Mai from Mai itself, not attached to the non-attachment itself. This is the truth of Nirodha and Nibbana. Beyond earth, birth, old age, sickness and death. Because if just taking care of each other and always follow to do that is endless. The truth of Nirodha and Nibbana. This is the truth of the liberation of suffering. Whatever that has obligation and mindset to fixate is all about samudaya, cause of suffering. All the aims and obligation and expectations have to step back, not attached to the non-attachment itself. Constantly, Mai from Mai itself. Give up the giving up itself, let go of the letting go itself. We just reflect only with this truth. Then there will be a purification for the delusive attachments. If there is a lot of mindset projecting towards one another, it's endless because there will be just fixation, attachments. It is one's own harm. Whatever that one takes a refuge with is one's own disaster. The true refuge is not a refuge, just Mai, just non-attachment as it is. Disengage from disengage itself. This is all about the non-attachment. The refuge is not about anything within the refuge. If a refuge has meanings, it becomes one's own harm because it's gonna be a fixation. Non-attachment as it is. Mai, even from Mai itself, is all about the non-attachment. We have to have such conversation, otherwise it's impossible to unlock the suffering from one another. Even bowing down with humility is a fabrication. Even memorizing towards the grace is also a fabrication, which is anicca and anatta in itself. It's always shifting and changing. It's meaningless, has non-self. It's deteriorate and declining in itself. It's impossible to fixate it, to be fixated. We cannot give delusion to each other. No is no, period. No is not even no itself. No is no, period. No is not no itself. No matter how much you bow down with humility, it's still anicca and anatta within such fabrication. It's just something that is made up. It's not substantial in itself. A refuge is not something that is to be fixated upon. Otherwise, it's gonna take a suffering as a refuge. all the attachment that people have towards anything is actually a suffering. We have to dissolve it, otherwise all beings will not be liberated from suffering, because suffering has transformed in various ways, fabricated in various ways. That's all that they do. But no one really are liberated from suffering. Let's dissolve all the belief values that has made up by all beings. They are suffering in various forms, in new forms, which continue onwards, always created and fabricated onwards. They are diligent to do that. They always just distorted onwards, and they always having new ways of suffering onwards also. Therefore, just step back, seize the ceasing itself, not attached to the non-attachment itself, then it will be ended. The refuge has nothing to be obligated with the refuge, otherwise it will not be liberated from suffering. Nibbana, that is a refuge, is all about the non-attachment as it is. Instead, it's all about the non-attachment as it is. The refuge that is not anything within the refuge. Sometimes we interpret with one's own opinions and meanings in terms of a refuge, with faith in this way and that way, bowing down in this way and that way. This is all about fabrications with methods and ways to perform. This is the refuge that is made up. It's not true essence of the Buddhas. The Buddhas is all about the non-attachment. That is the essence of the Buddhas. We have to step back, not attached to the non-attachment itself. It will conclude all about the non-attachment as it is. That is the natural refuge. To bow down one time is already further, but it's just a custom of paying respect. But it is also karmic difficulties, because they have to pay back from how much they are rude towards the graces. Actually, there is no obligation towards anything. But once there is something that is taken into account, it becomes karmic difficulties that one has to pay back. They cannot find exit. They have to step back. This is not about to arise or to cease. Step back. My from my itself, disengage from disengaging itself. This is not about disengage from something or not attached to something. Step back constantly from the non-attachment itself. Then ending will be right there. It's impossible to make a bait for all beings, because they're gonna be just beingness as they are. We have to give ending directly. There is no need to go around, because to create many ways of baits, it is indirect. It's become karma and karmic difficulties. It has nothing to do with faith, because that is a fabrication. Faith or disfaith doesn't work, because they are just the opinion that is fabricated. What happened? Why there is faith or disfaith? Because they are deludedly liking and being pleased. Actually, it has nothing to do with belief or disbelief. We have to step back, uninvolved within the uninvolved itself. Then it will give ending towards believing or not believing, yes or no, liking or disliking, faith or disfaith. It will not become such a system. We have to step back. Giving up the giving up itself, let go of the letting go itself. There is no need to give up anything or let go of anything. My from my itself, there is no need to disengage from anything. Ending accordingly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it will be power of helping through ending. Otherwise, no one will end accordingly. Otherwise, they also will just follow faith or humility. It becomes sticky altogether. If there is no one that helps through ending, no one will be ending accordingly either. The significant point is that it's gonna be just power of karma, drowning and sinking in realms of existence. If the non-humans realize the truth, there will be the power for the humans. They are brightening before the humans. They have to remind the essence, step back, giving up the giving up itself, disengage from disengaging itself, let go of the letting go itself, discard the discarding itself. This is not the exit, but it's just getting out of the getting out itself. It's the same thing. It is giving ending, helping through ending. So if the non-humans guiding the way, they have to purify themselves. The humans also have to purify themselves, so that there will be the unwinding and help one another. But all these days, they are just being so sticky, always being humble. This is sticky thing. So much humility until just sleeping in it. How much sticky it is. That is creating emotions with faith. Disengage, even from disengaging itself, it will be the essence that is total cut through, resolute, without grasping for the lightness that is guarding the lightness itself. Step back, giving up from the giving up itself. Don't sustain anything or maintain anything within the mind. Even the single-mindedness is not the way, because it's a realm of existence. You must step back. Internally, externally, step back, not attached from the non-attachment itself. Mind from mind itself simultaneously. This will be resolute, that is given accordingly and automatically. There will be the unwinding accordingly, ending accordingly. That will be power to help one another. That is automatic. This is not behaviors. Uninvolved within the uninvolved itself is not behavior. It's not a fabrication. It's beyond the arising and ceasing. Mind from mind itself is not behaviors. It is actually giving ending to behaviors. It's not a fabrication. It's actually giving ending to fabrications and behaviors. So Nibbana has no composition of anything. There is no composition within Nibbana at all. No ways, no methods, no steps within Nibbana. No composition at all. Composition is the delusion that is fabricated. Have to be like this, like that. It's a deluded viewpoint. It's fabricated, made up by oneself. For Nibbana, but it's not the way. Fabrication is karma within itself. Without purification within itself, it will become the circling within such fabrication that is made up by one's own opinions. There is no condition. Nothing is created as conditions within Nibbana. Nibbana is not even Nibbana itself. No is not no itself. No conditions at all. No methods, no ways. There is no need to have ways or methods. No is not no itself. It gives ending. Ending the ending itself. Remind oneself with this, then there will be the brightness that help one another all by itself.